They don't help anyone. Let's
This is
fix
Scott
the
Perry,
policies.
Pennsylvania
Let's
10th
make sure that
District,
people
Rep.
get the money
Scott
that
Perry.
we sent to them instead of just sending more to the governor, who's going to extort the county.
It's Friday, May
until
15,
we're over.
2020,
Now yield back.
4:07 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Gentleman from Oklahoma.
Republicans are not
Reserve,
voting for this
gentleman from
Democratic
New York
$3 trillion
is
care
Mr. Speaker,
package.
I'm pleased to yield 30 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
Gentlewoman from Texas,
Sheila Jackson.
Ms. Jackson Lee.
This should be
Senior
good.
member of the Homeland Security and Judiciary Committees.
Gentlewoman from Texas is recognized for 30 seconds.
We heard on this floor, Mr. Speaker, God bless America. And now we know that America is sick and needs that blessing. Her lives, her livelihood are sick. This is not Speaker Pelosi's bill. This is America's bill. And I am glad to stand here and support heroes who will get $200 billion.
This is Jackson Lee, Texas 18. At Jackson Lee, Texas 18. TX 18. Sheila Jackson Lee.
And contact tracing that will help save lives. I'm glad that local governments, my mayor is suffering $375 billion. And
The gentlewoman's time's expired. The gentlewoman from New York reserves. The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I reserve my time.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Krishnamurti.
Gentleman from Illinois is recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise in support of the HEROES Act. Why? Because our firefighters and first responders are heroes. They deserve to remain employed. Because our frontline and healthcare workers are heroes. They deserve to have more testing and PPE. Our small business people are heroes too. And they deserve relief also. Heroic people need our action today. Inaction would not be heroic. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Gentlewoman from New York reserves. The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I continue to reserve my time.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very pleased to yield 30 seconds to Mr. Norcross.
Gentleman from New Jersey. Gentleman from New Jersey is recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today at an unprecedented time. First, I want to thank those frontline and essential workers, those who are working each and every day on the retail lines, certainly those who are working to keep our lights on. But this HEROES Act will provide New Jersey the much needed help it deserves and needs. Second in the nation, almost
This is Donald Norcross.
1,000 people have been impacted this in a way that we'll never forget it. But we know for workers, this will take care of OSHA, so they have a safe workplace for families, so they have food that SNAP benefits.
This is Camden, Cherry Hill, Woodbury. Donald Norcross, Democrat, New Jersey, 1st District.
Together, as a country, will get past this if we work together.
Gentleman's time. Gentleman yields. Gentlewoman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
So Norcross looks like he could cut a deal.
My great friend from the great state of Kentucky, Mr. Barr, distinguished member of the Financial Services Committee.
Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And for 2.5 years, Americans have heard Democrats in this House criticize the historic tax cuts for exploding the debt. They've listened to Democrats.
This is Lexington, Frankfort,
even as
Georgetown, 6th District, Kentucky, Andy Barr.
By $22 billion over CBO projections. But today, Speaker Pelosi proposes a bill that is so reckless, so outrageous, and so fiscally irresponsible that it will add $3 trillion to our national debt overnight. And instead of hearing about the deficit or even concerns about this pandemic, struggling Americans are watching House Democrats push for legislation to legalize voter fraud, give stimulus checks to illegal immigrants, bail out mismanaged state and local governments, and restore tax breaks to blue state millionaires and billionaires. So to taxpayers across America, if you've ever had any doubt about where Democrats in this House actually stand on deficits and the debt, watch today's vote. Instead of surrendering our country to socialism, we need to reopen our economy and allow Americans to safely get back to work. The government cannot sustainably respond to this crisis or any crisis unless and until we have taxpayers who are actually working.
Reserves, gentlewoman from
That's
New York.
at Rep. Andy Barr.
Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very pleased to yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from California, Mr. Panetta.
Thank you, Madam
The
Chairman.
gentleman from California is recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. H.R. 6800 is anything but a wish list for Democrats. Instead, the HEROES Act means everything to the people.
HR 6300 HEROES Act. This is Santa Cruz, Monterey, Carmel Valley, 20th District. Jimmy Panetta.
And our safety. The funding in this bill shores up those services and our security, especially for our small cities. The PPP benefits the small businesses, but it needs to be expanded and easier to understand. This bill provides those improvements as well as more testing and tracing, help for renters and owners, broadband for kids, purchases for farmers, and protections for farm workers. So when you call this a wish list, know that it's our constituents that are wishing for
Gentleman's
funding
time's
so that
expired.
they can fight and defeat
Gentleman
this
from New
pandemic.
York,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I
reserved,
yield back.
and the gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. There's nobody I respect more than my good friend from California. He's a bipartisan person by nature and instinct. All I would advise him is to resume what you did that worked before. Go back to operating in a bipartisan manner. So now let's negotiate. We'll actually get something done for the American people. What you're doing now is partisan, one-sided, no Republican input, dead on arrival in the Senate, not going to be signed by the president. That's not a productive use of time. Maybe a political choice, maybe smart politics, I don't know, I don't think so, but maybe, but it's certainly not going to result in legislation. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back. I reserve.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to yield 30 seconds to the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Porter.
Gentlewoman from California is recognized for 30 seconds.
Americans are suffering enough from this pandemic. They deserve the best policy to help them. Even if infection rates go down in May and June, unemployment will keep going up. The Paycheck Recovery Act would protect our capitalist economy, which the virus is attacking. It would preserve businesses and give workers what they need most, their paychecks, so they can provide for their families. The HEROES Act should have used this approach, but I know our states and local governments and our frontline workers cannot wait for federal help. I therefore support this bill. I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields. Gentlewoman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I reserve my time.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Payne.
Gentleman from New Jersey is recognized for 30 seconds.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to support the HEROES Act, our fifth coronavirus aid package.
This is Rep. Donald Payne
Right now,
Jr., Democrat, New Jersey, 10th District, Newark, Orange, and Jersey
jobs,
City.
Their health
Got an
insurance
awesome color
and
combination
vacations.
suit going on.
The only aid that they will get is whatever we provide them.
This is at Rep.
Government
Donald
exists
Payne.
to help the country in times of great need, and there might not ever be a greater time in our lifetime than right now. I'm shocked that the many of my Republican colleagues seem not to care. The price might be high, but the price of doing nothing is always higher. Our constituents count on us to do the right thing.
The gentleman's
The
time
bill
is
is
expired.
right for the
Gentlewoman
American
from New
workers,
York
American
reserves.
families,
Gentleman
and
from
American
Oklahoma
business.
is recognized.
And with that,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I continue to reserve.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentleman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Negus.
Gentleman from Colorado is recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From Eagle County to Gilpin County and every community in between, our communities are looking to us to help them weather this crisis. These aren't red
This is Rep.
counties,
Joe
they're
Neguzzi,
blue
Democrat,
counties,
Colorado,
they
2nd
are
District,
American
Boulder, Fort
counties.
Collins, Loveland, and
This bill
Vail.
is about helping all of America, and in particular, the American heroes who are standing up for us every day. The firefighters, the nurses, the first responders, the teachers, and so many more. They continue to stand up for us. Let's stand up for them. Please, let's pass this bill. With that, I yield back, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman yields. Gentlewoman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I continue to reserve my time.
Gentleman from Oklahoma reserves. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very pleased to yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from New York, Mr. Engel, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Holy crap,
Gentleman from
look
New
at
York
this
is
guy.
recognized for 2 minutes.